Welcome back, guys, to class number 3. Since we started with 4-way ceiling cassette, it just makes sense that we continue with our 1-way ceiling cassette. Now, what makes the 1-way ceiling cassette extremely popular? That would be the dimensions. So on our 4-way ceiling cassette, as I mentioned, it measures 22 by 22, which you're going to utilize in a drop ceiling application. Why are those not so popular for homes? Because we all have ceiling joists that measure 14 inches in diameter, and you'd have to fabricate that if you're going to put in a 4-way ceiling cassette. And right here in the mounting brackets, they measure 16 inches center to center. So 13 1/4 slides right into the ceiling joist, what makes it very easy for those home applications. Not only that, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's hidden up in the ceiling and you don't have something mounted up on the wall. Now this unit is extremely quiet. It measures in at a 19 decibel reading. Why do technicians absolutely love this unit? Because of the ease of installation and the fact that we provide all the a la carte accessories that they would normally have to purchase with the competition. So let's break it down. When you get our 1-way ceiling cassette, this unit here is multi-capacity, does have dip switches built in, so you can go between 6, 9, and 12,000 BTU. We do include the panel right out of the box. And you know how we love making things easy to service. Technicians absolutely love that if they come to this unit here and they need to get to the unit, they don't actually have to remove the panel. It'll open on either side. So now I have access to my connection point. And then on the other side, I have access to all of my communication and connections. Now with our 1-way ceiling cassette, it does have that same condensation pump built in, so it does have a 21-inch vertical pump. It also has 2 ways of mounting it. We can mount directly onto the wooden joist itself, or if we're gonna go ahead and do a drop ceiling install, we do have rod mounts built right into it as well. Since it is a 454B unit, we do have our leak detection sensor right up front, along with our humidity sensor. And let me show you something here that technicians really love. So we're gonna go ahead and remove a couple screws here so we could get to the main board on this unit. Get this out of the way. But that would be my wiring terminal. So with our 1-way ceiling cassette, our wiring terminal actually doubles as a breaker box. Now this is something that technicians really appreciate because in many cases, per municipal code, they have to have a kill switch added to these units. Well, we just made that our standard wiring terminal. So if a technician does have to come service this unit, come right here, kill the breaker. Now I've eliminated power to the rest of this unit and I can go ahead and service everything that I need to do on this system here. Remember, just like our 4-way ceiling cassette, everything that you see that's white insulated foam is your actual drain pan. So you do have the same black rubber stopper to drain it out. We do have our dip switches, just like we do on our 4-way ceiling cassette. Remember, out of the factory, it is gonna come set to 0. So you're gonna set it to 1, 2, or 3. 1 being 6,000 BTU, 2 being 9,000 BTU, and 3 being 12,000 BTU. Now this unit does have a cylindrical blower wheel design that runs across the entire chassis of the unit with your blower motor just behind the main board. And that's what allows us to achieve that easy, quiet 19 decibel reading. Now this system here will work on a single zone application or on a multi-zone. So we do have 4 sizes from 6,000 to 18,000 BTU. This unit here is the one that is multi-capacity, so it is 3 sizes. And then we just have the 1 extra SKU for our 18,000. Now, just like the 4-way cassette, it does come included with our 120N wall thermostat. This is the thermostat that has Wi-Fi built into it. It does come with a wireless remote. Now you may be asking yourself, Ed, what if they don't want to use a wall thermostat? What if they want to have something very similar to the 4-way ceiling cassette? I'm glad you asked. Right here on our panel, where we could open this up, and right here on the inside, just like my Astoria series, I have my LED front panel display. I'm going to go ahead and remove this 1 screw. Now that I have that screw out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead, open that up, and here's my connection point for my USB adapter. So dealer's choice. You could use the wall thermostat. If the homeowner doesn't want that, they wanna go true wireless, they could purchase a USB adapter, plug it right in, download the free Cooper&Hunter app, turn this unit on and off from anywhere, with a cell phone or a tablet. So guys, some of the other items that we provide to make technicians' lives easier are things like this. We provide little adapters for our condensation. So where our drain pump feeds out, we actually have a rubber tube that allows the technician to connect right onto our condensation pump and go up a full 90 degrees to allow that 21-inch vertical pump. We do provide the metal clamps to go ahead and provide tension. The other thing that we provide are actual mounting screws that allow you to mount right here on the joist brackets. Now, if you're not going to utilize these screws here, please do not throw this bag away, because they also have a second set of screws that allow the technicians to mount the actual panel to the unit itself. And I think the most common question I get all the time is, Ed, what the heck is this? Guys, we know you're professionals. Technicians do ACE installations, but you may be working with an apprentice that's new to the industry. So what this is just a secondary form of security. Let's say your apprentice did insulate their copper line sets, but they may not have insulated their connection point right here at their flare connections. So what this is a secondary drip pan that has a nipple that punches right through this opening, clicks right into place, and now any condensation that drips off of that connection point is gonna collect right here in the drip pan, and it's gonna feed right back in to the drain pan itself, and the condensation pump, it's gonna go ahead and take care of the rest. And that is our one-way cassette.